Hey, what's up, guys? Boxing with B.
Ain't wrong without the paycheck.
Well, I was going to say last week. Yesterday, we saw some
Yes.
fights, good fights. There was one particular one that stole the show for me.
All day fights we saw, don't you
But,
forget.
oh, yeah, huh? I
All
forgot
day.
about that.
All day.
All right, so let's start off with the early
With
ones
the British.
that did not steal the night for me. Whatever.
No, there were some good fights. Good.
Yeah, well, I didn't tune into all of them.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah,
So go
but there were
ahead.
some guys, some were boring, I have to admit, but, they're still,
The,
guys that they're putting their name stamped on there.
the main event, though. Anthony
Joshua,
Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev.
I thought Paulette was going to be a lot better. I
Yeah,
really
me
did.
too. But he's older, right? He's like
Yeah.
39.
Yeah, but still, he's a good fighter. I've seen him fight all these other fights, and Anthony just used his reach and his power, and
Well, I
gave
mean,
it to him.
two
He
things
used
with
that
that
jab,
one.
the jab, the jab, the jab, and then the right hand to these uppercuts. Joshua was using some serious uppercuts.
Two things though with that one. One, when they started, Joshua, excuse me, I just made Chile. It's still in
Yeah.
the air. But Anthony Joshua, he was when they started, both fighters were very respective of each other's power.
Yes.
They were feeling each other out, but they were both like for a while not wanting to get in each other's space, jabbing, keeping that distance. But Joshua kind of played it a little too safe, I would say, because he hurt Pulev, but he couldn't finish him right away. It went longer than expected. I thought he was going to be finished in
you
the early
forget, Paulette
rounds.
has gone down and got up again, and fought
Yeah,
good
but
fights.
did you see?
I think
Come
Klitschko
on.
knocked him down, and then he went a couple rounds before Klitschko knocked him out.
But Pulev, when he was turning away, I'm sorry. When
That
he
could
was
have been
turning
stopped.
away,
That could have been stopped. That was dangerous.
he completely turned around and was just like, basically like,
Give it
call
up.
help me out, stop this fight.
He almost
And then the fact that they just gave him a count, a knockdown, and
and
then
a standing 8 count.
yeah, it's just like, what?
Yeah.
So I thought for sure Joshua was going to finish him early, and he didn't.
Joshua learned from his mistakes with Reese. Andy Reese. He went in for the kill and got countered with the left, I think, and then the right, and
Well,
down
whatever
he
it
went.
was that sent him down.
Yep.
But you know what? What did I say? I said it was going to be an easy win for Joshua, and that's what we saw.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I could
Called
say
it.
easy.
Point me.
So I'm not a big fan of Anthony Joshua. So
It didn't take too long though after those fights to tune into
yeah.
the top rank cards.
Yeah, but I liked it that they were talking about what's next for you. Oh, let the people decide what they want to do. But he did, congratulated his other people that went to go see him that are behind him no matter what.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a big Golovkin using Golovkin's ringside music, and AJ.
Oh yeah. He
what was
walked
that
out to
about that? I have no idea.
what
That's
is it called?
Golovkin.
7 Nation Army. Is that what he walked out to?
But that's Golovkin's. I don't care what he says. Golovkin used that. Triple G, and this guy used it right there. So not too much. He's a copycat.
Dang, you just want to go on there and be like,
well, because yeah, he beat a Klitschko that was older now. And
Yeah.
he's going out. He has fought.
and he got dropped by that Klitschko though.
Yeah.
He got up, impressive,
Yeah.
and then he beat him.
But all I'm saying is that they were calling out what's for you for next year, and who's his promoter Hearns?
Yeah, Eddie Hearns.
Eddie Hearns said, well, we're looking at the British guys to go together. Oh man, Fury will knock his ass out.
Hey, that's
Simple
gonna
as
be a
that.
good fight.
I don't care
that's
what they
gonna be
say.
a good
Fury
fight.
will knock him out.
One thing that I did see that I thought was kind of funny is when they were talking about Luke Campbell's upcoming fight, because he's from over there, the UK.
Yeah.
They mentioned him and they talk about him, and then they go, his opponent Ryan Garcia. We don't know too much about him on this side of the pond, but we know that he has a large following. I'm like, well, on this side of the pond in the US, we know that he has a big following too. That's pretty much it. That's his main stat. Not trying to hate, but it's just funny to me that over there, that's the main stat.
YouTube and stuff like that.
No, not even all that. It's just like you're not even saying like, wow, this kid has knockout power. He's a top prospect. No, they're saying he has a big following.
Yeah.
He's fighting Luke Campbell. It's
True.
like, all right, whatever. That was funny to me because it's like the same thing in the US. Anyways, going on at 4:00, 4:30 actually, we saw the top rank fight start. And
Correct.
it was on ESPN Plus first because we tuned into the ones that are typically not
undercards.
televised all the time, right?
Correct.
So the one that I liked was Jesse Bam Rodriguez.
Yes.
He came out, and I knew he was going to be explosive. We saw it in the last fight that he had. Explosive knockout, finished it quick. Saw that again in the second round. Like we said before, anyone that comes out of Robert
Robert
Garcia.
Garcia's is no chump.
Robert Garcia has these young
He
Texas
has,
fighters
yeah,
right
well,
now,
he has
though,
the
that are
young lions,
just
the young lions that are hungry, hungry, and they come out and they're surprised. His,
yeah,
his brother surprised the world,
yeah.
remember? And then this kid's coming up, has power in his hands, moves, has a good
I
defense.
like that he keeps his guard up the
Yep,
whole time.
you
That's one
know,
thing that I saw. I noticed a lot when he walks. He kind of walks like this. He stalks him down with his
yeah,
guard up.
yeah,
A lot of younger fighters too.
forward.
Now that we see them start out, they always want to jump it and keep their guard down and then put it up. It's like no, he has his guard up the whole time. He throws back up.
Yeah,
I like that.
he did. Yeah, he did really good. Impressive.
So then we saw later on Berlanga, Edgar Berlanga, El Monstro. What'd you
Oh,
think about him?
he has power. I'll give him power in both hands.
Yeah,
These other guys, I don't know who they are.
yeah,
Never seen them fight. You know, they say they're undefeated, never been dropped.
yeah.
But have they fought good oppositions? I know he sparred. Sparring and fighting are two different stories. But I'll give him credit. The kid, you know, he was supposedly never knocked down, never stopped.
They were saying to the other guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they said that he had never been knocked
and
down.
this monster guy came with the plan. Too bad that his cornerman couldn't be there because he's sick. Hopefully he recovers pretty good.
Yeah.
He went at it, but still he had the game plan ready to go. He talked to him over the phone supposedly, and he stuck to the game plan.
So
And
that's another good thing too. You got to see he's young. It's something that a bump in the road that comes up, your trainer can't go in. That's a big deal. It's
yeah,
a big deal to not have your trainer in your corner. But he showed out there. He was able to get through it. And like you said, he was pretty dominant. He has power.
in both hands,
He has
impressive,
power.
impressive power. I'll give him that.
And they said, let's see if this guy will get to 2 rounds.
Well, he needs to get
20 seconds, dude. All you had to do was run around the ring, like just literally.
but he was
back
dazed.
up.
He was dazed already. He was done. But
Yeah,
you know
but
what?
just to beat a
I'll give him.
record.
I'll give that kid credit. The monster, he has power. He said it right. He's not calling out the champions. He goes, I need to build.
Yeah.
And
How do you do that? By getting rounds. Well, how do you get rounds if you're knocking them out? That's what
But
they're saying.
he said I need better opposition.
Yep.
He didn't say like, oh, I'm
That's
gonna
what I told
handpick.
you last time too.
I
Remember?
like what he said.
I said that. Man, this Chila's in the
Yeah,
air. I'm
go ahead.
serious. No, but hey, let me cough it out. But I told you in another interview, he had said like they were like, "Are you ready for whatever?" And he didn't call out anyone either at that time. He said, "I need a." Basically, he knows where he's at. He's not trying to say, "Look at me, I'm knocking every single person out. I'll knock anybody out." He's saying,
Yeah.
"Look, I gotta step it up. I like what I'm seeing. I like my performances, but I need to step it up."
Yeah. He needs better opposition. And they're out there,
Yeah.
because sooner or later the champions will be there.
The fight later on, the fight that for me it stole the show.
I think so too.
Verdejo versus Nakatani. Now, man, Nakatani, they had said before, he was not a man of many words. I mean, he doesn't speak English. He has a
Mm.
translator. He's from Japan. But he is the fighter that went all 12 with Teofimo. Okay. Now,
Lopez.
they were saying Teofimo might have had a bad night, whatever it may have been, but it went to the 12 rounds. He gave him a good fight. Now we saw him against Felix Verdejo, and Felix Verdejo put on a great performance against him too.
Yeah.
Now, Nakatani had said before, they're like, you don't talk smack. But this time he said to the camera, whether you spoke, whatever, you understood this one. He looked at the camera and he said, 5 rounds KO.
Yeah.
And then but it did not look like that from the first 5
From the
rounds.
beginning, it didn't look.
It looked like Verdejo was just gonna,
Destroy him.
yes,
This kid has never touched the canvas. Well,
Verdejo took him.
Felix made him touch the canvas.
Sent him down. It was
A
like
powerful
a
right hand.
shocking one. It was just like,
He
it, like,
dropped him sideways.
like he blinked. He blinked and he missed it.
Yep.
And then he's
You know
all,
what?
what happened? what happened?
Shit, what happened? He's on the next thing. He's on the ground on his knees, like trying to recover, but he got up.
He got up. That is a fighter with heart. He has heart. Like when you get dropped in the first couple rounds, some fighters can be like, "Oh, that's it. I'm done."
What I liked about it, he got up and didn't run.
No, he took the
stayed.
fight to him.
Yeah,
still.
he still swung and they were going at it.
And credit to Verdejo. It was a good fight until later on in the rounds. Nakatani
No, you forget. He dropped him a second time
You're right. You're right.
before that happened.
Mhm.
So you thought, okay, now
That's
he's
it,
doing it.
sealing
He's going to
it.
get it. He's
Yeah.
getting it.
One
The guy
more
got
time.
up again, but doesn't matter. He's up by 2, 10, 8 rounds.
Yeah.
If it goes, and lo and behold, Felix
Nakatani.
walks
I knew it was
into
going to happen too because go ahead.
the
Go ahead.
The Japanese guy must have a sensational jab because the kid walked into the jab and that stunned him. way good because he fell back to that rope like, ah! His hands were already in the position of getting knocked down. If the ropes wasn't there, he would have gone down.
That I think it was like the 7th round that was a turning
Yeah, it was
point.
like,
So, when, it got to the 5th, I even tweeted, I was like, "Nakatani said that he was gonna finish him in 5. It doesn't look that way." And then, man, it's like, I don't know what happened. He just flipped the switch, came out, did his job, didn't lose heart, and then
well,
finished him.
Felix got up and when, try to go in, but I know what's his name? No, it's not Atani.
No, he keeps
Nakatani.
trying to say Otani. It's
Yeah.
Nakatani.
Nakatani hit him with the right hand and dropped him. And once he dropped it, he fell face first, and the referee goes, "It's over,"
Yeah.
because he went down face
What
first.
a fight. That was a legit fight,
Yep.
man. That was a
I loved it. They're both bruised. They're both combat fighters. They showed that they're the gladiators, that they left everything in it. But I like what they told him. How did you come out? What did you see? Or, how you were knocked down twice and everything.
yeah.
What gave you the heart, the spirit? And here he said, Lopez, I need a rematch. And that's on my head that if I don't beat this kid, I'm not going to get the rematch. And he did good. He proved a hell of a show that he had power, will, determination, and he has a right hand plus a left jab that could surprise the world. Yeah, they said Lopez might have had a bad night.
Yeah.
They turned the tables around and said the Japanese fighter might have had a bad night. He could have finished him. You don't know.
We won't know until we see a rematch.
Yeah. Lopez is still the king right now.
Right now, yeah.
No, I'll give him credit. He did his job and became top dog.
Well, Nakatani put on a great performance. Credit to him and credit to Felix Verdejo for putting on a performance as well.
That was the fight of the night.
Yeah,
I think.
like I said, what do you think is going to be next for Felix Verdejo?
Ooh, wow. He dropped his stocks right there.
Because,
so
one time
he left and came back.
I had the opportunity back in the day to talk to the late, great Harold Letterman, right? And this was when Felix Verdejo was on the rise. And I asked him, I said, what do you think of this Felix Verdejo kid? And I was like, because everyone thinks he's the next Miguel Cotto. And then he looked at me and he just said, he's good, but I don't see him as the next Miguel Cotto, right? That's what he told me. And I was like, really? Then later on, that's when everything happened. And I was like,
He
dang.
was right.
Harold is one that he was.
Well,
every
Harold's
time
a
he gave
legend in boxing.
Every time he gave his commentary, you always agreed with what he was saying.
Yep.
Nowadays, man, that's the thing is, little tangent here, but my favorite was always the HBO commentators.
Yeah.
Because I just loved hearing them. It's so iconic. Like hearing Jim Lampley.
Yeah, the originals.
Yeah.
Even when Big George Foreman was in it.
It's like now I listen to what did they whatever. Like,
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
You got boxers doing it. You got,
Moving on, Stevenson versus Clary.
Tupac, there's nothing in that.
I think Shakur is really, really good.
He's a package.
Man, he's young. He goes out there, and like we had said before, he doesn't want to be compared to Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't want to be compared to anybody. He appreciates it, but he's Shakur.
The world cannot compare Floyd. There was only one Floyd. I mean, there is only one Floyd,
Floyd
there is only
Jr.
one Floyd. He is still the man, to this day.
Yeah.
He's fighting still exhibitions and schooling these kids.
Yeah.
That what I could have done to you if I was still active. I'm not even.
He's over here like you got beat by an old man.
Yeah, I'm beating him. I bet you he's not. He's training, but not training like when he was fighting.
I don't know.
Because they're exhibitions.
Yeah. But with this guy, Shakur Stevenson, I think he put on a great performance. He was in control the whole time.
Yep.
What I like too is when he's on offense, he's on defense. When he's going, he's anticipating what's next. If he throws, he's already fainting back.
Yeah.
Like I liked his performance.
So far, he's a whole package.
One thing that Tim Bradley and Andre Ward, Tim Bradley in his commentating, I can't say I'm a huge fan of his commentating.
Oh, Bradley's good.
But he's good as a fighter, as a person, but I don't know if I agree with all of his commentating.
He has a lot of
But this one, I was cracking up because Andre Ward was, talking to him, and they're talking about Clary, and Clary's trainer wasn't there either. So Freddie Roach stepped in for him. And with all that went on, Tim Bradley was basically saying, Freddie Roach needs to stop this fight. So it wasn't that Clary was really damaged or hurt or anything like that, but it was just that he wasn't doing anything to Stevenson. He was just kind of taking it. It was like a punching bag. He wasn't moving out of the way. Stevenson was just able to change up his combos, do whatever he wanted to him. And so Tim Bradley said, I think Freddie Roach needs to go in there and save his fighter. And then Andre Ward was like, basically saying, like, he's not hurt. Why do you want to stop this fight? And Tim Bradley's like, just stop it, man. Basically, like, there's nothing to watch here. And Andre Ward said, stop being a negative Nancy to Tim. And I was cracking up because I'm like,
he was not yelling when Borovnikov fought him and made him, dropped him twice and made him do a loop and everything. And they didn't stop that fight. Remember that, Tim? He still won, man. But still, Provodnikov was the Russian Rocky.
Oh my gosh, I used to love watching Provodnikov.
He gave Bradley a fight.
He did.
Bradley went down. He wasn't expecting him.
Some people thought that he lost that fight.
Yeah, I like Bradley, but yeah.
Some people thought he lost that fight. It is what it is. Some people thought he lost the fight with Pacquiao. It is what it is.
I like that one because Pacquiao did get a lot of calls against Marquez that I thought Marquez had won, but Bradley, I love that you got that belt that day.
When we were sitting there watching that one too, I think everybody was just shocked when they announced.
I wasn't. I cheered.
And knew. What?
I went crazy. Yes, he's done. Yeah, same medicine that, when Marquez had beat him.
And then Bradley gave us some great fights too. Yeah, no credit against him. Nothing against him. We liked watching Bradley fight. Yep. Credit to you. I was just talking about the commentating part.
No. Yeah, that's true.
But that's what we need too. We also need someone that is going to give their opinion and maybe not everybody agrees with them because it gets you watching. Now I'm like, Tim, what are you going to say next?
Yeah.
And then I listen and I'm like, all right, I agree with this one. No, I don't see eye to eye with you, Tim.
Yeah. But
it is
Bradley,
what it is.
Yeah, I liked him. I still like him.
Yeah.
But Ward, I also like too.
We got his poster up on the wall. If I said I didn't like him, I would be a hypocrite. So continuing on this week, upcoming fights, we have the two that we had just, actually, we didn't mention them right here. I was talking about them off camera, but Canelo's fighting Saturday.
Correct.
He's fighting against Callum Smith.
Yeah.
From
when
England.
I thought he was going to be fighting
Caleb Plant.
Something happened there.
That would have been
he must have said, oh man,
an intense fight.
This guy might beat me, so I better not out. I'm not going to say nothing about Smith. Smith's also a great fighter.
Yeah.
But I think he sees a little different. A British fighter versus an American fighter. Who knows?
I don't know. But Canelo,
another Canelo thing. Hand choose.
Yeah, that's what even other fighters have said. And they're like, why does Canelo get to choose when change it up?
There's
whatever.
other champions out there that are calling his name, and I don't hear him say, no, I'm going to fight him.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Charlos are still there.
I hope Callum Smith goes in there and gives us a great performance, though, against Canelo.
Smith
shock the world.
Shock the world and drop him.
Because even though Callum Smith is undefeated, he is still, I would say, seen as the underdog against Canelo.
Well, Canelo still can't. Right now, he's the pound for pound, supposedly king.
The day before that, though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Supposedly, because there's a guy named Earl Spence that I think is pound for pound the king of boxing. Crashes, beats his opponent, crashes, almost fatal crash, comes back and says, I'm still here.
Every time you say that, I want to hear your line of like, I'm still here, Huckleberry.
Yeah, but
you used to use that line a lot.
Yeah.
Anyways, Friday too. Friday we have Triple G stepping back into the ring against an undefeated fighter. So, I wrote his name down because it was kind of hard for me to say. It was Zarameta. I think
not
it's
even
Zarameta.
close. You're the one that's educated compared to me, so no, I can't pronounce it.
Well, anyways, they're going to be stepping into the ring. Zarameta's undefeated. I hope we see a great performance from Triple G. And then I did see that some of the commentators from DAZN were saying Triple G has not been the same since the two Canelo fights. But I don't think it was the actual fight itself. I think it was the decisions that impacted Triple G's mentality and,
Yes, he has to thank Adelaide Bird for that.
Well, let's not start this guy.
I can't stand that. They should have suspended her. I don't know what the hell she was watching.
Anyways, continuing. Undercard for that one should be good. There's two undefeated fighters. I forgot their names, but one is from Kazakhstan and one is from Ecuador. And they're undefeated and they both have similar records, similar knockout records, and everything. So I think that'll be good to watch. Everyone loves watching. Well, I mean, everyone by us. We love watching the fighters from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, they come eat. They
Another
eat raw,
Kazakhstan fighter.
The Russian Rocky. I eat raw meat, raw fish, and that's how they're good fighters. All of them. All of them are good fighters. All the way from the light heavyweights. Now he's a heavyweight. I think Usyk and Triple G. All those guys are great.
Usyk's not from Kazakhstan.
He wasn't?
No,
sure?
He's from Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine. I'm sorry. That's true. He's a Klitschko.
Yeah. But tune in this week. Upcoming fights.
Lights out.